Have you ever not understood a concept and wished you have one of those experts from those Wired videos where they explain a concept in 5 different levels of difficulty? Well, today we have ChatGPT, and I will use it to see how it explains jobs to be done theory in different levels. Let's see if we learn something. Maybe the level 1 will be super useful. It would be pretty nice if someone could just explain stuff like I'm 5 all the time. And since ChatGPT is the one that's the expert, it is only right that they get to have an intro as well. So let's ask it to write its own intro.
Hello, I'm Chet. And today we're diving into an intriguing idea that's reshaping how businesses and innovators understand the consumer's world. It's a concept known as JTBD, or jobs to be done. What's a job that needs to be done, you might ask? It's not about employment in the traditional sense. Instead, it's a unique framework that helps us understand why people buy products or services. The JTBD theory suggests that consumers essentially hire products to complete specific tasks or jobs in their lives. Whether that's a simple task like quenching thirst with a cold beverage or more complex needs like connecting with distant loved ones through technology. Why is it important? Because it shifts the focus from the product itself to the underlying needs and desires that drive people's choices. It allows businesses to innovate more effectively and design solutions that truly resonate with what people want. So, whether you're an entrepreneur, a curious consumer, or someone interested in the underlying psychology of why we make the choices we do, this exploration of JTBD will open up new perspectives. We'll be exploring this concept at 5 different levels, from the most basic understanding to a deep and comprehensive insight, making it accessible for everyone.
And I'm just here for the ride. Let's write the prompt. So let's see what it will say this time.
Imagine you have a set of building blocks. You can use them to create anything, like houses, castles, or bridges. Why do you pick them up? You want to have fun, create something, and maybe show it to your friends and family. In the same way, people choose things like toys, food, or gadgets for a specific reason, a special job they wanted to do. Like hiring a firefighter to put out a fire, people hire a product to do a job. It might be to have fun, eat when hungry, or call a friend. Knowing why people choose things helps companies make better stuff that you'll love to use.
So I think they could have just cut out the first paragraph. So it seems like ChatGPT is trying to connect jobs to be done with building blocks, which is something a child might use. But then the next part where it's talking about toys, foods, or gadgets, like people hire them for different reasons, I think that is good enough on its own. And I feel it's kind of confusing to talk about building blocks, especially because it says 2 things. It says that you can create anything you want with the building blocks, and there are different reasons you pick them up. So it's not super straightforward. I think they could have just skipped the first part and just say the second part, because the second part is actually pretty good. So it's explaining that, oh, you hire a firefighter to put out a fire, so an actual job. And then you do the same thing when you choose things to use. So they have jobs that you are hiring them for. So that is basically what jobs to be done is, but not as straightforward. I think this would be a bit confusing. So not that good, ChatGPT. Let's see if it's better at a teenager level.
When people buy a product, they're looking for something that will do a particular job for them. This might be anything from getting entertained to solving a problem. The JTBD theory helps companies understand exactly what that job is.
So it's explaining that people hire things for jobs, and JTBD theory helps companies understand what those jobs are. Okay.
Think of it like a video game. Different players might play the same game, but for different reasons. One might play to compete with friends, while another might play to relax. Understanding these reasons helps the game creators design the game to satisfy more players.
This is really good because it kind of comes down to, like, you can have one thing, but people are using it to fulfill different needs. They're hiring the same thing, the same game for different jobs, and understanding the jobs could help you as a company to maybe create two different games. Instead of trying to do the average for these two different jobs, maybe you could create two different games that specialize in each of these things. So one could focus on competing with friends, another to relax, or you could create two modes that specialize in these jobs.
In the real world, when a company knows what job you want to be done, they can make products that fit those needs better.
That was exactly what I was saying. Oh, damn, ChatGPT, all right.
Like if you want a phone that takes great pictures, they'll know to focus on making a better camera.
Okay, so that was actually pretty good. The teenager level better than the child level. So I don't know what else it's gonna say now, because maybe my understanding of JTBD is on a teenager level. So let's see what the college student level has. Maybe I'm gonna learn something new.
In the business world, the concept of JTBD is like a sophisticated tool that helps companies develop products or services tailored to what customers really want. It moves beyond just features or functions and digs deep into the underlying purpose or goal.
So this is nice because now it's starting to bring up some common terms when we talk about apps, software, products. So they're mentioning features or functions, and JTBD doesn't focus on that. It's focusing on the purpose or goal. Sounds good.
Consider a coffee maker. Understanding JTBD is not just about knowing that it brews coffee.
So yeah, that's a feature.
It involves recognizing whether people use it for daily convenience, to impress guests with specialty brews, or to replicate a cafe experience at home. Each of these jobs requires different features and design.
That is also really good because I think now you can more easily imagine with those examples what kind of an experience you want to create with the coffee machine. So you could imagine you could create different kinds of additional products, or you can brand it differently. The marketing could be different depending on who you want to target.
Each of these jobs requires different features and design. JTBD involves thorough research and analysis to uncover these needs and allows companies to innovate by focusing on these core jobs rather than just adding new features.
Yeah, and that was good, bringing it home about, it's not about adding more features, it's about making the product better for the needs that the user has. It could even be removing features if it just gets in the way of the experience that they want to have. So now I'm wondering again, okay, what's on the next level? I think we're, like, it's good now, and we have 2 levels left, so let's see what happens.
JTBD is a complex theory used by product designers, marketers, and business strategists to understand the multifaceted motivations behind consumer choices. It involves recognizing not only the functional job, but also the social and emotional jobs related to a product.
So now it's getting more detailed, explaining who uses it and kind of the smaller parts of JTBD theory. Even mentions the 3 different categories you could categorize jobs in. So functional, social, and emotional. So yeah, it's becoming more complex and more tangible so that a industry professional can understand when it's used, who is using it, so they can apply it to their job and understand the context.
Take a business software application. The functional job might be to manage tasks efficiently. But there might also be social jobs, like enhancing collaboration between team members, and emotional jobs, like reducing stress in workflow.
So that's good. Just examples of the different kinds of jobs. I do think the social job could have a better explanation. So when I think about social jobs, I think more about how you want to be seen by others rather than enhancing collaboration, because that could be more of a functional job actually.
Utilizing JTBD requires qualitative research, customer interviews, segmentation, and often collaborative workshops to uncover these jobs. It's not merely about solving a problem, but creating a holistic experience that aligns with what the customer truly seeks. By focusing on these jobs, companies can create competitive advantages and foster brand loyalty.
Oh, that is really good. So now it's giving like clear examples of what are the actual things you should do to start creating or finding the jobs to be done. So it mentioned interview, segmentation, workshops, and then also mentions creating the holistic experience, which I've kind of touched upon. So the experience is more than just the product. So JTBD allows you to look at, okay, holistically, what can we do to help to do the job that they want to do and hire our product. And that's really good because yes, you are using jobs to be done to create a competitive advantage by being better than your competitors at helping your users, your customers to achieve the job that they actually want to achieve, instead of just creating lots of features that might satisfy lots of different kinds of users, but they have different jobs. So it's actually not a nice experience for each of these customer segments. So now we have the final one, the Scholar. I actually don't know what they will mention, but I've kept getting surprised. So let's just jump into it.
At an advanced scholarly level, JTBD is not merely a marketing tool. It's a comprehensive framework that integrates various aspects of human behavior, psychology, economics, and business strategy. It's about exploring the deep-seated motivations, context, and cultural influences that shape a customer's decision to hire a product or service. This involves recognizing complex trade-offs, constraints, and competing forces that affect consumer choices.
Yeah, so now I feel that it's telling me extra things to just understand it as a theory and less about helping me use it to improve my company. So this is more about understanding the theory, which makes sense for the Scholar level.
Academic approaches might include utilizing ethnographic studies, behavioral economics, and complex modeling to uncover hidden jobs or needs. This can lead to innovative breakthroughs, creating entirely new markets or redefining existing ones.
So that is actually nice. I wish they had mentioned that in the previous level, that jobs to be done can be used to create new markets or redefining existing ones. There's one famous example of the CEO of Netflix talking about people might see them as competing with TV and movies, but what they're actually competing with is social media or gaming, anything that can grab your attention. So they are trying to be hired for the job of killing time or just entertaining yourself, which you can do in lots of different ways, not just with TV or movies. Because basically, when you feel bored, when you want to do something, you don't only have, TV and movies to choose between, like, oh, am I gonna watch, am I just gonna turn on the TV? Am I gonna stream something? Am I gonna watch a movie in the cinema? You also have the option to just turn on your console and play something, or open up a social media app, Instagram, on your cell phone to not get bored.
In essence, JTBD at this level transcends traditional marketing or product design. It becomes an interdisciplinary field, focusing on human-centered solutions that resonate with the underlying and often unarticulated desires and aspiration of the end user. It has profound implications for innovation, sustainability, and the socioeconomic alignment of products and services.
Yeah, that was good. So what did I learn from this? I think ChatGPT did a very good job at explaining this at different levels. I kept getting surprised at each level what was added, but I think it makes sense. I think I'll definitely try this whenever I don't understand something, and then I can progressively learn more about the concept. But let's not just ask me, let's ask ChatGPT what they think about this experience.
The exercise of explaining JTBD at 5 different levels of complexity using chat serves as a microcosm of the broader interplay between education, communication, and technology. It demonstrates the power of tailored communication, the importance of scaffolding in learning, and the potential of technology to enhance and democratize education. It also serves as a reminder of the need for mindful and responsible utilization of AI, keeping human values and ethics at the core of technological innovation.
Wow, so ChatGPT explained it better than I could ever had. So I'm not gonna do the outro. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT to do the outro. Let's see. Thanks for joining us on this fascinating journey through the jobs to be done theory explored at 5 different levels. If you found this video enlightening, be sure to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss our explorations into other exciting concepts. Have questions or want to share your thoughts? Leave a comment below. We love hearing from you. Check out the links in the description for more information, and if you want to dive deeper into the subject, we have some resources for you there as well. I guess I have to add that. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and remember, the world is full of amazing ideas waiting to be uncovered. See you in the next video.